Hello everyone, Satyol Sai. I, Prashant Chauhan. I work in Paramguru Pathshala, English Medium School, Sarsa. Today I will continue chapter 1st of OCM, Standard 12th Commerce, Nature and Significance of Management. Topics will be covered under this presentation are difference between levels of management, list of functions of management, and two function planning and organizing. Let's start with the difference between the levels of management. Quick difference will be there because we already discussed all the points in detail in last presentation. Here it is the difference. The first one, management and administration. In top level management, proportion of management is more in top level and administration is less in top level. I gave the indicators to show the plus and minus, that is more and less. In middle level management, proportion of management is less whereas administration is more. That means here in middle level management they will work more than the decision making. In bottom level, proportion of management is too less, that's why the indicator is very small, whereas the administration is the maximum. Easily you can understand through the arrows. Next one, who are included in top level management? Board of directors, managing directors, and general managers. CEO, CEO are also there, are included. In middle level management, departmental heads, that is different officers, experts of various fields are included. They will take the decision on behalf of some of the department. In bottom level management, supervisors will supervise the work, jobbers, foremen are there. Third point, authority and responsibility. In top level management is very high, it's more, whereas in middle level management comparatively less authority, right, whereas the responsibility is limited to departmental level. In bottom level, list authority very less, list authority is there while responsibility is limited compared to the particular middle level, but it is divided into the different type of the subdivisions, limited up to the subdivisions of the different department. So clearly authority and responsibility, top level high, middle level less, responsibility is limited up to department, and in bottom level very least authority, very least to the supervisors, and responsibility is limited up to their own subdivisions. Fourth one, number of members. In top level management very less number of the people are there, those who will take the decision and policy makers are there. In middle level, compared to top level, more number of the members are there, and in bottom level management, compared to top and middle, there are more number of members. Most of the people are working in bottom level management. Fifth one, competence. That is the something a very important thing. Those who understand a particular thing regarding their own work, right? Here it is that in top level management, all round performance is required. That is the development of all round. Middle level, specialized knowledge is required in different type of the fields. And in bottom level management, simple requirement of knowledge for one's own department, right, and sub department, depend upon that knowledge and skill. Sixth one, formation of objectives and policies. This level, top level, formulates basic objectives. The formulation of the objectives are done at this level, and then after they will prepare the policy of the company. In middle level management, this level, all the particular policies which will taken or which will totally done by the top level, it will be implemented or put into practice by this level, and then after they will use that in a routine work. And the bottom level management, this level implements policies which is given by the top level to middle level, and then after decisions framed by the top level and middle level, so they will implement in the practice with the help of the middle level management. Seventh one, accountability, to whom they are responsible and answerable. Top level management are answerable to the shareholders, the real owners, creditors, government departments, different departments are there, and legal provisions. Middle level management towards the top level, right, and bottom level, that is towards the middle level, they are answerable to them. Last point regarding the decisions taken by this level, top level management, are more risky, right, and also comparatively more far reaching to a large extent. It is far reaching to a large extent, you can't directly get this particular thing, whereas in the middle level management, decisions taken by this level are less risky than the top level. Also it is far reaching. And last one, BLM, least risky. Risk is very less in this level, and also far reaching. So this is the quick information about the difference of the different management levels. Here I try to give some of the information about the levels. At the top level, one person is there, we can say CEO. Different persons are there with the different type of the expertness, that are the from middle level. And the last one, that is common people, those who are working under the middle level employees, right? The red one, that is the supervisor, and others are the jobbers and employees, that is workers. So here it is the end of the levels of management. Now moving towards the next point, that is functions of management. With the help of this, the whole management, the whole particular work of the any of the industry firm will completely complete. See the different type of the information about the functions of management. Let's start with the information. Management should be done efficiently. Different of the capacities are there for the accomplishment of objectives. So whenever management is there, it should be efficiently work out, because all the objectives are there for the different type of the work. So we have to complete the work efficiently, right, with the help of the people. So for this, management process is to be followed. We have to follow the management process. When management is there, there must be a different of the work is there, and that work will be completed with the help of process that when it will be step by step. So what is process? Easily you can say step by step will come, that is the process. That is a common one. But here a series of functions related to our management, right? A series of functions which are continuously performed for the accomplishment of predetermined objectives of business is known as process. So simply we can say okay, here we have to make out the list of the different functions which is important for the our management, and which are continuously performed. No any type of the stoppages are there. We can say it is continuously performed. Why it is continuously performed? Because we want to accomplish our objectives, and objectives must be predetermined, right? The whole business will work for the objectives, so it is known as process, right? One thing is there, a series of functions must be there, that is included in the process. Some of the other information about the process: various business activities are arranged in chronological, one by one. One completed, second start, second completed, third start, that is chronological and orderly manner for the achievement of objectives. These objectives are also predetermined, so it is considered as process, right? So chronological and orderly manner must be maintained, so it is known as the process. So there are controversy regarding the different type of the authorities regarding various activities of management process, because experts are always there to give the different type of the information to the people. So management is considered as a subject of study or a field of knowledge, and we already discussed about that one, profession. Therefore it is but natural that various thinkers, experts and scholars, right, in the different fields, right, basically in our management field, scholars are there, hold different opinions about the functions of management. So here it is a list, some of the basic information about the classification function of management, right, as per the expert, as per their knowledge. Here classification functions of management, let's see. Here it is, according to Kundich and O'Donnell. Here information is about the different functions. It is up to the management which particular, which specific function is very important to them. They will utilize their function for their management. But 5 scholars are here according to Kunchaj and O'Donnell. First of all, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and lastly controlling. Second one, according to Henry Fayol, planning, organizing, direction, coordination, new one, and controlling. So here direction, after direction, controlling is directly controlling is not there. Between that, coordination is there. According to Peter F. Drucker, first of all, managing a business, you have to manage your business. managing your managers, that is the managers, managing the workers, man and work, all three in one. Fourth one, according to Luther Gulick, that is post-corp, it is there in detail. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting and budgeting. As per the Luther Gulick, these functions are known as post-corp. And last one, according to George Terry, only 4 functions are there: planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Here we'll take one by one all the functions, but subsequent chapters are there for the each and every specific function, like planning, then after organizing, staffing, directing, controlling are there, and coordination will be covered in this chapter with the meaning and importance and characteristics. Right? So let's start with the first function, planning. Here planning is given only information about the particular function. A separate chapter is there, at that time we will discuss in detail. So planning. Even God cannot change the past, but man can change the future. Is it possible to change the future? We can't directly change the future, but we can change the situation with the help of planning. So planning is very important. That's why the sentence is given. Even God cannot change the past, but man can change the future. So planning means nothing. It's a selection of facts for the expected result and to establish interrelation between them. So first of all, you have to decide the different type of the facts. Selection of facts must be there. You have to select the facts for the expected result. What is your opinion about that particular result? So first of all, decide the expected result. I want to do so and so thing, and then after establish interrelationship between them. So as well as observation of necessary activities and forecasting for the same anticipation, right? So you have to observe the different of the activities will be there, means it's going there, and then after forecast that one. You have to predict particular work. Anticipation is required. That is the one forecasting, prediction related thing. Right? So here is the meaning of the planning. Let's take some information about the planning. Management begins with planning. When any management is there, the first function must be planning. When in advance, it is wisely considered, you have to decide in advance, and it is wisely considered that what work, who will do, when, how, to what extent, and when work is to be finished for the achievement of predetermined objective. It is known as planning. See, the information is very long, but it is very simple, right? You have to decide in advance what work, who will do that work, when, time period, how that person will complete the work, to what extent, right, he will complete the work, and then when work is to be finished, the time period, right, for the achievement of the objectives. Once again, the same thing is that you have to use the particular thing so and so time, achievement of predetermined objectives. It is known as planning, right? Sorry, my mistake is that it is penny, that is planning. Planning means future forethought in the present. Forethought, that is once again simple, that is planning. So future planning in the present, that is planning. You have to plan future at present, that is the plan. If you want to use these particular things in your routine life, you can utilize first of all and then after put into the practice, right? So forethought in the present. Planning is necessary to reduce risk and uncertainties involved in future. So planning can't change the future, right? But the reducement of the risk and uncertainties are there because of planning. So due to planning, all the activities of business are undertaken in a systematic manner, right? So when planning is there, you can able to do the work in a systematic manner, right, as per the planning. Therefore, it is become necessary to use the particular thing, an easy way to achieve objectives. When systematic manner is there, you can easily fulfill your goals. So when many alternatives are available, that means more and many alternatives are found at the time of defining objectives. When you are in the situation you are defining the objectives, right, at that time you have different type of the alternatives. So planning is very useful. Which particular alternative you will use? You want to go, simple example is that if you want to go Mumbai, there are different three ways: by road, by rail, by plane. So you choose your way, right? By which way do you want to go, right? Quick, then use airways, right? Less risky, railway, right? And maybe your own car, then you can use the road. So it is depend upon you. So different alternatives are there. At that time planning is useful, right? Which is the best way you can utilize them. This is a simple example. So as planning is a function of selection and preference, it is up to the businessman, it is up to the top level management to decide the function of selection or preference, right? So you can say planning is based for the managerial function, right? Like organizing, staffing, coordinating and controlling. So for all other functions planning is base, there is a pillar for the other, right? As per the discussion, it is easy to understand what is planning, but different studies says that planning is very important for the every business, right? So that's why the detailed study are there in chapter number 3 about this planning. Subsequent chapters are there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7 for the planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So here it is the end of the planning. Next one, that is organizing. Without organizing, work will not start. See, organization is a structure, a one pillar, a structure for the assignment of authority and responsibility, right? So if you want to give the work, organization structure is important. If you want to give authority to someone, to your officer, a particular organization is required. So is a structure for the assignment or to give of authority and responsibility among individuals working for the achievement of common objectives. All are working to earn profit, but some of the common objectives are there other than particular profit. So individuals working for the achievement of the different type of the common goals. So it is the thing, okay? Whenever the organizing is there, it is always a structure for the assignment of authority and responsibility. So simply objectives, policies, programs, all are decided through the planning, right? At the top level management, they will decide what is the or what should be the particular work of the different departments. So while executing plan or giving the plan, organization structure is formed. When you want to execute plan, organization structure is required. So planning is done, right? At the top level, they will decide the objective, policies, program, but you have to execute the plan, whatever the planning is done. So for that, organization structure is formed. So the activities of a business are divided among different sections and various group of people. If one person is there is no need of the planning. One person is there is no need of organizing. That is the sole proprietorship, right? But here different activities are there. The list of the activities are there. Business activities are high level. So at that time the divided of the different sections and works are there of the people for the simply achievement and the accomplishment of the our objectives. Next point, that is organization is distribution of authority and responsibility. If you want to distribute the authority and responsibility, first of all you have to decide the person who will complete the work, to whom you have to give the responsibility, to whom you want to give the authority. That is completely done through the organizing. So it is distributed to this particular managerial function. It should be among the this type of the sections, right? Different type of the groups are there. So it will be cleared with the formation of the organization structure. Some of the basic issues like who will supervise, who will have authority and responsibility of work, interrelationship among individuals, etc. will be decided at this level. Right? So this organization structure is simply to complete the work. It is very important. Next point, that is planning is the brain of a business, while organization is its physical structure. A 1 mark MCQ, right? Directly they will ask planning is the so and so of the business unit, while organization is so and so. So you have to write down planning is the brain and while organization is its physical structure, that is body. The function of brain of the human body is to take the intellectual decision, right? The body is totally depend on your brain because brain will take the intellectual decision, while the implementation of the particular work is done by various organs of the body, right? Whatever the decisions are taken by the brain, that means okay, intellectual decision, it will be implemented by the different organs. So like that, here in our organizing, same manner, the function of planning in a business unit is to take intellectual decision. That means planning is brain, right? While implementation of decisions through the different organs in our body, like that in our business, distribution of work, authority and responsibility is given among the employees in various departments. So that's why we can say planning is the brain of business, while organization is its physical structure. If 2 mark question is that, you can easily write down the answer like this, right? Some of the information, basic information will be added, right, for the getting mark. So that is the end of the organizing. Now another 3 points are there. Managerial functions are there: staffing, directing and controlling. I will discuss later on, and coordination is there for the detailed studies. And then after we will start the last point, that is functional areas of management. So as a part of today's completion, you completed the levels of management. We completed the levels of management. Then after functions regarding the management, and 5 expert related list was there, and 2 point of the discussion of the managerial function, planning and organizing. Thank you very much.